there's a lot to like about Mr. Trump. He clearly has a spinal cord, or backbone. He will not even consider the concept that his decisions relating to the vaccine technology development and Operation Warp Speed were anything other than a grand slam, perfect success, hole in one. Probably hole in one is the right metaphor for Mr. Trump. And that's a problem. It illustrates it's particularly a problem, not just technically because of the truth about the vaccines, but because of what it says about his inability to change his mind and to acknowledge reality. That's the deeper problem that a lot of people around me are really troubled by. And I'm surrounded by some serious hardcore conservatives that are biased towards supporting him here in Northern Virginia. And the Council for National Policy, which I was just at about a week ago. So lot to like about Mr. Trump. I personally consider Bobby Kennedy and Ron DeSantis friends. And I think there's a lot to like about both of their policy positions. I have not heard that much yet about how Mr. DeSantis is going to position himself in this environment. And obviously coming out in the way that he is about to is likely to provoke Mr. Trump. So I hope Mr. Trump can, I think the proper term is comity, comity. I hope that he could see that to treat Mr. DeSantis with respect rather than with these trite labels that he tends to apply to people and stereotypes. I hope that Mr. Trump reacts to Mr. DeSantis as a serious conservative policy thinker.
Can't we just fast forward to the Trump-DeSantis ticket? Is that not possible?
I have no idea. Mr. DeSantis is pragmatic. And my understanding is that his war chest exceeds that of Mr. Trump at this point considerably.
Really?
Yeah. So that's one of the negatives about that many people are mentioning about Mr. DeSantis is whether he has already sold his soul to various funders in order to get that war chest, and whether he can truly represent the people, or has he already been compromised by the decisions he's had to make. So we'll see. That's something to watch. I think Mr. DeSantis, I saw his speech at CPAC. I don't know if you were there. I don't think so. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't at CPAC. Trump spoke at CPAC. It was at the prior Council for National Policy down in Miami, which was at the Trump Doral. And Mr. Trump kind of phoned it in. Mr. DeSantis did a personal presentation, and he was on fire. It was an absolutely knock him dead speech in which he makes the case that he was confronted with a squeak through win after his first election. He barely got the majority and faced a choice. He was told that he would have to govern very cautiously from the center because he clearly didn't have a mandate. And the way he tells the story, he looked at the situation and decided that, well, he had won and he was going to govern. And the first thing he did was find out what powers he had as a governor, and he was going to use them, and he did. And he kind of devil take the hindmost, and he was going to do what he thought needed to be done. And I think that's a notable contrast, unfortunately, to the Republican governor that was elected here in the state of Virginia, where I reside, who faced a similar situation of a split House and a marginal win, and decided to play it very cautiously. And a lot of people are quite disappointed in that track record now, whereas Mr. DeSantis was bold in his leadership and obviously won a huge landslide election for governor. So I think Mr. DeSantis has proven a willingness to take on vested interests, not the least of which is the Disney Corporation, and the whole wokeism agenda, and many of the other things that conservatives, which increasingly do not self-identify as Republicans in my world, there's deep disenchantment with the Republican Party of Mitch McConnell, and these terms like uniparty, on the alignment between the two major American parties in policy and practice. And Mr. DeSantis has proven a willingness to buck that. We'll see what he says and watch how he moves. It is fascinating that he would elect to choose to high profile his coming out with Mr. Musk.
So Musk is going to interview him on Twitter, something like that?
That's my understanding.
Or a Twitter space? Yeah. It's kind of fascinating. Then again, like, if you were going to choose a media organization, it's not obvious what other one you would choose, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, would it be Fox?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Where are they going to go? To one of the second or third tier Newsmax? In the U.S., we don't even have something as powerful as GB News now. Maybe Twitter is the best of a bad lot. We'll see how that plays. Twitter Spaces, I've had a fair amount of experience with it, and it's a little creaky in many ways. It really isn't very laptop friendly. It's cell phone based, it could well blow up. This is going to be a test of Twitter Spaces, because there's probably going to be a lot of folks dialing in on that.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done. I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's of course been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.